We will record this for our Believe Team weekly Zoom coffee chat. That's a lot to say. Again, none of us are drinking coffee, but hopefully you get the vibe that we're just chilling out this evening. So I wanted to welcome everyone. I've muted everyone, so unmute yourself when it's your turn. I don't really have a lot of announcements tonight, except you'll be seeing more over the next couple of days. I am trialing out Telegram as a new communication platform. I'm really kind of liking it, although I did see today that because a lot of conservatives have been going to Telegram, now Apple and Google are considering banning it as well. So welcome to 2021. But if it stays around, I think it really has a lot of potential and is a really neat platform. So would love for you to find me there. I'm going to send a text out on Thursday about where our team Telegram page is, and I'll try to post on Facebook and Telegram for a while, and we'll just see which one we like and what people are being drawn towards, and just giving options as life changes a little bit. So are there any other updates, Young Living wise, or news, or anything that I've missed, or just any news tidbits that anybody wants to share? Updates, thoughts, anything happening in the Young Living world? Not much. Okay. Sometimes quiet is a good thing, and I appreciate that Young Living has actually been a little bit quieter, and there haven't been just so many sales and flash things, and it's allowed us to get some systems in place and really focus in on the products, which this company has been successful because we have focused just on the products and the education and loving it. Hey, Lisa, good to see your smiling face. Oh, and the duckies. And I know Brenda's listening as well. Okay, so tonight we're talking about all things belly. And I want you to, in your mind or on a piece of paper, rate your current belly health from 1 to 10. And you don't have to share it with me. It's kind of a rhetorical. I'll let you keep your private health information private. I don't want to know all the details about your belly health. But 1 is the worst ever. It's a chronic problem. 10 is never any issues whatsoever. So think about your own gut health. And I'm going to tell you a couple of symptoms of poor gut health. And I found this on a website. These are signs that you have an unhealthy gut. There are 10 of them. I'm just going to read them. So just maybe do a check mark or a hash tally mark if any of these are you. Gas and bloating, diarrhea, constipation, mood disorders. Do you ever realize that our mood fluctuations or even mood disorders can be rooted in a poor gut health? Poor concentration, skin inflammation and acne, eczema is another one that goes into that skin category. Sugar cravings, it's a sign that the gut is not healthy. Chronic fatigue is a sign of poor gut health. Weight gain, sign of poor gut health. And autoimmune diseases. So I don't know if you need to change the rating for your gut health on 1 to 10 after we did that, but those are some really interesting indications that maybe the belly is not healthy. And you all have heard that 70 to 80% of our immune system is in our gut. Our brain health, a lot of that is based on how healthy our gut is. The Bible talks a lot about our gut and how it's the center of emotions, and so much comes from it. It really does deserve a little more attention than we typically give it. And most of us in America have at least a few of those things that I just read out, and probably even more. A lot of the ADHD and those things on the spectrum also are have a trigger or a root in gut health. So what can we do? Well, Obviously, our diet is a huge factor in our gut health. And so a lot of us have adjusted our diet, maybe avoiding gluten or trigger foods of sugar or dairy, sometimes eggs, soy for some people. Exercise improves our gut health. Reducing stress improves our belly health. We all know that when we're stressed out, what happens to our belly? It goes crazy. It's connected. It's so connected. That's how God made our bodies. It's fascinating. But there are also several products from Young Living that can really support a healthy belly. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I know several of you have come prepared to share about a favorite product, maybe some tips, education, stories, and we'll open it up at the end if anybody else has stories of how Young Living has helped you with belly health. This is one of the areas where I hear the most stories. We see a ton of results in this particular wellness category when people start using Young Living products and following the Young Living lifestyle. So Suzanne, I am unable to unmute you, but if you could unmute yourself and talk about our favorite peppermint.
All righty, peppermint is one of my favorites. It has two different labels. This one with the white label is Vitality, and Young Living was asked to identify oils that were able to be ingested with a different label. So this is the big bottle. This is how I use it, order it, excuse me, because it's a better value. But this is a Peppermint Vitality with that special label that says it's able to be ingested. And when this is empty, I pour this one into it. So it's real easy. Peppermint is so good for belly health. It settles down your belly. You can just smell it. I can drop it under my tongue, only one drop though. If you get more than that, I can tell you where the limbic system is because it goes right there, right there. I also like to put it in capsules. Young Living has these wonderful capsules, veggie caps, and you can drop those down in this little capsule. I will combine it with Digestive, and so for instance, tonight for supper, we went to Cracker Barrel. I was celebrating success, and I had coleslaw, I had pinto beans, I had fried okra. I'm trying out the Digestive and the peppermint, and the hash brown casserole. And I thought, oh, there's a potential here for disaster. As soon as I came home, I put about 4 drops of Digestive in the bottle and 3 drops of peppermint, and I've had no issues at all. So I love my peppermint. I had surgery 4 years ago, and this was the cure for nausea. Just, I kept it on my bedside table, and I could just smell it. And if you can't get it on you or in you, just smell it. So good stuff.
I love that, Suzanne. Thank you. Yeah, peppermint is one of the all-time favorites. Does anybody else have a peppermint story that you'd like to share of how it has helped with something belly-ish wise? Anybody want to talk about peppermint? Yeah, Jeannie, you'll have to unmute yourself. Oh, I was able to do it.
Okay, good. All right. It's not a personal peppermint story, but peppermint's the reason I am with Young Living, because you told your peppermint story.
There you go. Yep, a lot of goodness has come from peppermint saving the day with my son's stomach issues that he was having. I don't leave home without peppermint. And if you can put peppermint on someone else, there's a Royal Crown Diamond, Sarah Johnson. She's in our family tree. And her philosophy for sharing Young Living is putting peppermint on everyone that she can. She said, you will have an experience with peppermint. You can't help but notice what it does to your muscles, your neck, your head, how it helps with your belly. And it really is one of a kind. It is one of God's best gifts to us. I love it. Okay, well, Digestive is another favorite oil for belly health, and Ashley's going to talk about that as well as Life 9, if you're prepared to do that, Ashley.
Okay, So I have my Digest bottle. This is the Vitality one. They do have just the regular one, but the white label Vitality means that you can take it internally. So you can put it in a capsule, you can drop it under your tongue, you can throw it in a drink, anything like that. I know a lot of people who take it daily to help with keeping themselves regular and when they have, a lot of stomach issues. I left my Life 9 bottle in the fridge because it does say on it, which I didn't know with my first bottle, that once you open it, you're actually supposed to put it in the refrigerator. So learned that the hard way. But Life 9 is our probiotic supplement, and probiotics are crazy important for gut health because of the way that our foods are processed and made and boxed and things like that. We all really should be taking some sort of probiotic to clean up what's going on in there, mostly because of the foods that we eat. Even if we're eating healthy, there's still a lot of things that are done to our foods or sprayed on our foods that we can't control. And so probiotics are a really good way. If you are looking for just one simple way to work on gut health, starting a good probiotic is very important. Not only does it help with issues of like irregularity and things like that, but it also strengthens your immune system, because if your gut is healthy, your immune system is stronger. There is direct correlation between gut health and immune health. So but Digest is one. We actually, like you said, you never leave home without peppermint. We actually never leave home without Digest. It is one of the first oils that my kids ever experienced like instant relief with. I have 4 kids, and my 2 little guys, for some weird reason, have a huge issue with being regular. They have the hardest time. And so we use this almost daily. We put a drop in their belly button and rub it. I have a bottle in my kids' bathroom, and they don't even have to ask. They know. I mean, they'll get up in the middle of the night if they're not feeling well and go get the Digest oil, and they'll put it in their belly button and rub it in. It does have a very strong scent. It took a little bit of getting used to for me and my husband. My kids think it's wonderful. So to each their own. It was a little rough for me. But no, this is definitely one we don't leave home without. If you are somewhere and you're eating out a lot, traveling, anything like that, we can put this in our stomach, and I'm within 5 to 10 minutes, relief. So much relief. That's why my kids will go and use it at nighttime. They're trying to go to bed and their stomach's just upset for some reason. They'll put it in and they'll fall asleep because their stomach settles. So this is definitely one, and it's a blend. So it has a variety of them, but some of them are like, it has ginger and peppermint, and fennel and lemongrass, patchouli. So it's got a variety of oils blended together. So that is our Digest story and why we do not travel anywhere without it.
That's awesome, Ashley. Thank you very much. Yes, we have also noticed that when we're struggling to go a little bit, a couple drops of Digest massaged into the belly, and it's mind-boggling how quickly it works. I am gluten-free, and if I get into some gluten, it causes some real, like a war in my belly. And I will do a couple drops of Digest and peppermint under my tongue, and it's amazing how much better and how I feel and how much it settles my belly. So thank God for those. Also on the probiotic, there's a kids probiotic that Young Living has called Mighty Pro. And so if your kids can't swallow pills, they could open it. It's like a pixie stick, and you put it on their tongue or put it in water and dissolve it, and kids can get some probiotics as well. Awesome. Okay, Lynette's going to tell us about Ningxia Red and how that can help with belly health.
Oh, belly health and everything else, I think. We're often asked, what's your favorite Young Living oil, or what's your favorite Young Living product, or if you got stranded on some island somewhere, what's the one thing you'd want to have with you? And Ningxia is usually one of my answers. Not only Ningxia, but it's hard to decide which you like the best. But um, Ningxia is definitely high on my list. We've probably been taking it for 4 or 5 years now. And I absolutely, truly believe it has helped to keep us well, and just so much wellness is in this. It's our nutritional drink. It's a power-packed juice that's full of fruits and antioxidants. And if you're familiar with that, we get so many toxins from, oh goodness, just from everything. And those toxins create illness and disease and aging. And those antioxidants help to fight that. And Ningxia is just full of antioxidants. It's infused with essential oils. The fruit that it's mainly from is the wolfberry, and that's known to be the plant that has the most dense nutrient. It's just full of nutrients and even protein. And I didn't realize that till I was kind of reviewing that today. I'd forgotten about the protein. I'm big on getting enough protein. I think it tastes wonderful. I love the taste of it. It comes in these bottles, and you can get them in 2 or 4 packs, I think even more than that. Or they come in these wonderful little pouches, which are great for traveling or this time of the year, with temperatures that could freeze, and you don't want to have problems with your bottles. But the packets are wonderful. These are 2-ounce packets, and that's the recommended dosage, is to take every day. Sometimes I'll split this. I do an ounce in the morning and an ounce in the afternoon. I've used it in recipes. I've made a cranberry sauce with it that called for a certain juice, and I used the wolfberry instead, the Ningxia, and that worked out really well. You can add some other oils to it to really make that flavor pop. Tangerine's one that's really, really good to add, but really anything that you would like to mix with that. Everybody needs Ningxia. Let's see, Shannon, what's your favorite? If you're, my favorite saying is, I'm a piano teacher, and I tell my piano students, you don't have to practice on the days that you don't eat and don't drink and don't breathe. Well, that's kind of how I feel about Ningxia. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to eat or drink or breathe any given day, then okay, you don't need it, but otherwise you do. It just gives this wonderful energy. It's not a sugar high, it's not a caffeine high, and you come crashing down afterwards. For a few years, my husband was working a really physical, exhausting, absolutely exhausting job. And more than once, I would get a text from him after lunch, because he would take his packets in his lunch and then have it for the afternoon. And in the afternoon, I'd get a text that says, thank the Lord for Ningxia, because it was helping him to get through his day. It's great for, obviously, for wellness. Yes, our gut that we're talking about, and everything else. It's also great for cardiovascular, and maybe I shouldn't get into all these other things, but I support in our immune systems, and we obviously all need that right now. It's great for joint and muscles too. So, everything works together, as we're talking about, works together in our gut. And as this is in your gut, it's going to be helping that and everything else. I think that was basically it.
That was awesome, Lynette. Yeah, I say if you have a pulse, you need to be drinking Ningxia Red. Yep, same concept. Thank you for sharing that. And a lot of people are also using Ningxia Red to help with belly regularity. And did you realize, since we're talking about gut health, we're just going to go here. Did you realize that we are supposed to be going 1 to 3 times a day? That is a sign of a healthy gut. And if you are not, then adding Ningxia along with these other things is something that will definitely help. And I think I remember Gary Young saying that you could survive on Ningxia alone for a long time because it is so full of nutrition. So yes, it is the answer that I give to most everyone that asks me, what should I take or do for XYZ? Ningxia Red is usually my first answer. Cool. Okay, Jeannie, we want to hear a little bit about enzymes from you. Let me see if I can unmute you. Yes, I was able to. Go ahead.
All right. talking about going, that's where your enzymes come in. My favorite for going is multigreens. Now that's not an enzyme technically, but that's my favorite for going. And it helps. You don't have to use much toilet paper when you use multigreens. That's all I'm going to say. Just check it out, okay? Check it out. All right, I'm going to do enzymes. I Googled enzymes. You got to Google everything. I Googled enzymes. Enzymes are biological molecules, typically proteins, that significantly speed the rate of virtually all of the chemical reactions that take place within a cell. They are vital for life, and I can't read my writing, and serve a wide range of important functions in the body, such as aiding in digestion and metabolism. Some enzymes help to break large molecules into smaller molecules that are more easily absorbed. Other enzymes help bind two molecules together to make an entirely different molecule. Enzymes are highly selective catalysts, meaning that each enzyme only speeds up a specific reaction. So it's just like I tell my new members, you don't really have to know how to use the oils. Don't worry about using them wrong, because you can't use them wrong, because the oils know what they're supposed to do. Enzymes know where they're supposed to go and what they're supposed to do. Now then, the gut ones, Allerzyme, I don't know if you can see that or not. Put it up here maybe. I don't have a good light. That's Allerzyme. I promise that's Allerzyme. This is Essentialzyme, and this is Essentialzyme's brother. I just dropped Essentialzyme's 4. This one's my favorite, but Jane Casey tells me to take Essentialzymes before I have a large meal, so that's going to be my next go-to. I could tell you what's in all of these, but that would take up the rest of tonight. Not just the rest of our time, the rest of tonight. I will tell you that all 3, Allerzyme, Essentialzyme, and Essentialzymes 4, have a substance called bromelain, I think, in it. All 3 of them have that. So I thought, well, what is that if there's all 3 of them? It is a I can't pronounce this, proteolytic enzyme from pineapple stems, and is natural enzyme, and helps with carbohydrate digestion and digest protein. And that's in all 3 of them, the Allerzyme, the Essentialzymes, and the Essentialzymes 4. The best I can determine, I'm going to read you a blurb out of our Bible. Allerzyme is a vegetarian enzyme, so if you're not doing meat, you want the Allerzyme. Complex blend of enzymes that support proper digestion, waste elimination, and nutrient utilization. This potent enzyme complex is formulated to combat allergies, gas, fermentation, fatigue, and irritable bowel syndrome. Same thing as digest. It also contains a powerful combination of sugar and starch splitting enzymes, as well as small amounts of fat and protein digesting enzymes. I don't use Allerzyme, but I think I may start that because of its ability to help with the sugar stuff. Because sugar's my weakness. I'm sorry, it is. Essentialzyme. Essentialzyme is an advanced multi-enzyme complex that promotes digestion and assists in the assimilation of nutrients. Enzyme supplementation is particularly important for people suffering from chronic pancreatitis, cystic fibrosis, or any condition where the pancreas duct or common bile duct is blocked, thereby preventing enzymes from reaching the intestines. Essentialzyme has been reformulated with dual time release technology. It's a caplet, and it has dual release technology to increase its effect in aiding in the digestive process. Essentialzymes 4 is 2 capsules, a yellow one and a white one. The yellow one is, okay, let me find my box.
Hey, Jeannie.
Yeah.
I just got to notice that for some reason my Zoom is it's not connecting to the paid version, and so we only have a couple more minutes left before it's going to kick us off.
Okay, then I'm going to shut up. Do your own research. Yellow, white capsules, they're good.
There you go. Thank you for researching that. And ultimately, enzymes do help us absorb food and are so good, especially for people who have food sensitivities and inflammation in the gut. Thank you for looking all that up. Lisa, we're coming to you about ginger.
Okay, I'll try to make it quick.
All good.
Okay,
We've got about 5.5 minutes.
Okay, well, this is ginger vitality. And so the health benefits of ginger in essential oils are nearly identical to the health benefits of fresh ginger, the ginger root. And so, in fact, the essential oil is more potent because it contains the highest levels of gingerol. So some of the other benefits, some of the many benefits that ginger includes, it helps with digestive support, obviously, which is what we're talking about tonight. It helps with if you have an upset stomach. It helps with heart health. It reduces inflammation, and it's full of antioxidants as well. So gut health is the focus tonight, so that's where we're going to go with the ginger. So it's a part of the plant family that includes turmeric and cardamom, which are both super beneficial for health and wellness. It has a sweet, spicy, woody kind of smell to it. It's a warming essential oil, so it works as an antiseptic, as a laxative, as a tonic, and a stimulant. So there are 115 different chemical components that are found in the ginger root, and the therapeutic benefits come from those gingerols that I talked about in the beginning. So the gingerols are the oily resin that is in the root that acts like a high antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So it's also got 90% sesquiterpenes in it. And so what sesquiterpenes do is they go in and scrub the cells at a cellular level, like cells that have misinformation in them. It reprograms them back to their natural state, because that's where our health issues come from, when our cells are full of bad information. So it goes in and it scrubs those out, and this has the stuff in it to take care of that. So actually the essential oil is the best way to use ginger for your health. And you can use it in a variety of ways. You can have it in your food. A lot of Asian foods have ginger in it. You can take it internally with, well, in your food, obviously, but in tea. I put it sometimes in my chai tea. I add to it to make it a little bit spicier. I have put it under my tongue, like if I've had an upset stomach, and it's kind of got a hot taste to it, but it's not as hot as peppermint under my tongue, which I've done that too. You can make a detox drink, and that's where I really got started with ginger back when I first started with essential oils. I had a detox drink that I drank every day because of my digestive issues. So, and I've got the recipe for it. If anybody wants it, you know, I can give it to you, Shannon, and you can post it with the link or whatever. But, and you can also put it in warm bath water, and it gets rid of the toxins, and also helps with digestion that way. Rub it on your belly if you got an upset stomach. So just lots of ways to use ginger for gut health.
I had no idea. I just thought it helped settle our belly.
Oh, it's got lots of uses.
I'm going to start adding that to my Ningxia Red every day.
Mm-hmm. It tastes good. If you've never tasted it, it really tastes good. I like the taste of it.
That is fascinating. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for all you shared. I think we've all probably heard one tip from tonight that we can start to implement and improve our gut health. If we had more time, I'd have everyone share. But this is fascinating, and I just love that this company provides so many options for our wellness, for us, for all ends of the spectrum, for kids and adults, and both ends of our spectrum here too. So, right? It all works. Okay, everybody, I am sorry about my Zoom. I will figure out what's going on, but would love to see your faces and chat more. But thank you for being on this evening and sharing, all those who shared your information and education. Here's to happy and healthy gut health in 2021. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.